CTN Radio. The difference.
Now the news. I'm Dorothy.
The Eritrean president has begun an official visit to China. Yu Li has the details.
President ECS has been in China for several times. Most recently was in 2006 for Beijing Forum on China-Africa cooperation. During his visit, President ECS will be welcomed by Chinese President Xi Jinping in a ceremony and banquet. The two leaders will engage in talks with a focus on strategic partnership and exchange views on international and regional issues.
The China Central Asia Summit is scheduled to open next week in the Chinese city of Xi'an. President Xi Jinping will chair the event. His counterparts are from the 5 Central Asian countries: Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. The Chinese Foreign Ministry says the 6 heads of state will review the development of China Central Asia relations. They will exchange views on the construction of a China Central Asia mechanism, as well as major international and regional issues of common concern. An Egypt-brokered ceasefire has come into effect in and around the Gaza Strip after 5 days of cross-border exchanges between Israel and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad. The ceasefire took effect at 10 p.m. local time on Saturday, with a last-minute burst of rocket fire and Israeli airstrikes stretching several minutes past the deadline. Stephanie Fleet reports from Tel Aviv.
Israel and the Islamic Jihad in Gaza are in ceasefire mode. That's as of Saturday night. The two sides, according to officials, agreed to a ceasefire, and that comes after 5 days of an intense escalation, an escalation that saw around 400 Israel airstrikes on Gaza, more than 1,200 projectiles, rockets, mortars fired from the Gaza Strip onto Israel cities. More than 30 people killed in Gaza, 2 people killed in Israel, and collectively more than 130 people injured on both sides.
Turkey's pivotal election is underway with more than 60 million eligible voters. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan is seeking a 3rd term in office as he faces a united opposition, including 2 of his former ministers, in a challenging contest. Mihar Badovic reports from Istanbul.
The voting stations opened at 5 a.m. GMT. The atmosphere is quite calm, but very tense at the same time. The systems appears to be working smoothly. Already when the stations opened, there was a line for the people who already wanted to cast their votes. So I think there's going to be a very high turnout this round as well. In 2018, there were 87% of a turnout. So we do believe that of the 60 million eligible voters, a lot of them are going to be turning up today.
Thai voters are heading to the polling stations in the Southeast Asian country's general election. More than 52 million Thai citizens are eligible to vote in the election. Voters will elect 500 members to the House of Representatives or lower house of the parliament. Officials have warned of more intense wildfires in Canada's main oil-producing province of Alberta. This came after a week of volatile weather forced thousands to evacuate homes and shuttered energy production. Alberta Emergency Management Executive Director Bray Hutchinson says the province is still under a state of emergency.
We remain in an extremely volatile situation, and the risk of new wildfires remains significant in much of the province. Hot and dry conditions are expected to continue over the weekend and into next week.
Recent cooling and rain helped firefighters tackle some blazes and restored most of the energy production. Official data shows China's Guangxi-Zhuang Autonomous Region reported robust foreign trade growth in the first 4 months of the year. Its imports and exports hit 220 billion yuan, over $30 billion during the period, up 57% year-on-year. Trade between Guangxi and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations surpassed 100 billion yuan. Exports of mechanical and electrical products increased 77% year-on-year. Its exports of agricultural products also registered growth. In tennis, Zheng Qinwen beat Anna Bonder in straight sets to advance into the round of 16 of the Australian Open. She will next play Wang Xinyu, who defeated Taylor Townsend in 3 sets. And that's the news. I'm Dalton News.